Hi, I'm Amy Shepherd,
I'm Lachlan Stewart.
and although we have different last names,
We're married. Now, we've been told the secret to a successful marriage is communication. So we're going to talk it out every week, share our challenges and pet peeves. Then we're setting each other some goals.
Some couple goals. Couple Goals, the podcast, is for those who might be looking to laugh their way through challenging scenarios that all couples go through.
Occasionally, we might even get some other couples to join in.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Hit subscribe and tune in every week to hear our weekly couple goals.
Episode
32
of Couple Goals. Wow. Just hitting them right out of the ballpark, aren't we?
Out of the ballpark.
The ballpark.
Out of the ballpark. Out of the ballpark.
One
Good
day.
shot.
You know, one day I'll get these intros right.
I think you've been thinking about Kathleenisms from the wedding.
Maybe. Does everyone know what Kathleenisms are?
No, but I think you should definitely explain.
Do you remember any?
I don't remember them specifically, but I know Emma dropped what I would call a Kathleenism when we were hiking the other day, where she said, what goes down must come up.
Yeah.
Doesn't it go, what goes up must come down?
So you say idioms in...
Is that what you call them? Idioms.
I think so. In the
That's
wrong
a very smart word.
way.
Yes, there you go.
And anyway, Kathleen always says them in the wrong way. So George calls them her Kathleenisms. And one of them is like, you know, she's like, hurry up, quick sticks or chopsticks.
Chopstick.
Rather than like...
We're going to have to get the
chop.
list off George, and I think do it justice rather than us trying to have a crack when
Yeah. But they're very funny. Whenever she says one, George writes them down, and at the wedding...
He just had a rip sheet.
Yeah, he shared them all with everyone.
Yeah. But have you been going the last couple of days? Thanks for the tea, by the way.
Welcome.
Last couple, it's been tea and coffee for me. Spoiled.
It's a nice cup you got there.
Very masculine and manly.
Last couple of days, we went for that hike, which was lovely.
Did you enjoy it, genuinely?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do it every weekend, but it was fun. Like, it wasn't too long. Sometimes I just find them a bit boring because it's like just walking.
Once you've seen a tree, you've seen a tree.
Literally.
You've seen them all.
Yeah, and then the waterfall's like the reward in the middle,
Yeah.
which is great. But yeah, it was
What
fun.
about the scones at the start? I'm sure you would have loved that.
Definite highlight. Emma bought us all scones. But we've started doing like vlogs on Shepherd. So
What's the reasoning behind that?
well, we've just got such huge YouTube following, and we post our music videos to YouTube, but we're just like missing out on engaging with such a huge part of our audience. So we thought we'd give them some more and start vlogging.
Saying good, eh?
Yeah, and we've got some really exciting things coming up as well, which we want to share with everyone. So if you're into that, you can...
We might actually have some huge news next week.
Maybe.
But we probably won't release it just yet because we want to release it in the right way.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very big.
So anyway...
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so if you're into vlogs, you can go and watch that on our YouTube page at We Are Shepherd. Yeah, but Emma bought us some scones at the start of the hike, which was...
Cream and jam.
So good. Like, there's just something about warm, fresh scones. Like simple jam, cream, heaven.
You're just jamming it down the audience's
so that was
neck.
Definitely the highlight of my weekend.
Really?
No, definitely.
Didn't you watch the
coronation?
Yeah. What is with that? Like, you got to explain it to me because I had to go to bed because I
didn't
just
watch the whole thing.
bamboozled.
You were bamboozled.
Like I was bamboozled.
But it's like a really important part of history that's going to be...
But is it?
It's like watching, I don't know, man land on the moon for the first time. It's like something that's like so strong in history that's going to...
I feel like it's just...
be replayed on TV and you can say, oh, wow, I watched that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I watched a little bit of it and then decided that I'd heard enough prayers and hymns and went to bed.
Yeah.
And I was feeling a bit under the weather. I think I was just like totally burnt out. I think I've had a bit of tonsillitis, but that's gone, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm good again.
I didn't get to kiss you for 3 whole days.
Yeah.
I was avoiding you like the plague.
Rightfully so. I was pretty crook, which made that hike even more fun. And,
she was miserable and, oh my word, I was in the car with her.
well, George,
Actually...
Yeah, George has had COVID, so I thought I was getting COVID. Alas.
You didn't.
I'm negative and I'm feeling good.
So was your
and
attitude.
we've had to be separated from George for a while.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not COVID.
Which isn't a bad thing. No, I'm kidding. That's horrible.
Well, it just makes our job kind of hard.
Yeah, it does. Well, not really mine, but yours.
Yeah. And then we went and stayed at the beach house, which was cool.
That was sick.
At Palm Beach, and it was the most beautiful house. It's like someone's family holiday house, and they're Shepherd fans, and they invited us to come and stay. And
It has a fire pit. It has
kayak. It's like on the canal.
fishing.
So,
yeah.
oh my God, imagine waking up to that view every morning.
We were talking about it.
Mm.
The only problem with that dream was we didn't have the money for it, so it was just a dream. But it was fun to live in it for a day. I loved the fire pit.
Yeah, the fire at the back of the house. So their backyard is basically like a private beach, and onto the canal, and they've got their own jetty, and on the deck is like the fire pit, a swing, seating area.
Yeah.
It's just so nice. So that was lovely to spend the night there.
Phenomenal.
The coronation, and then that was our weekend, really.
Yeah, that was.
We went to the park.
Oh yeah,
to
we
catch
did.
up with some friends. Who
Forgot about that.
A few friends, and they've got kids, and we were like, okay, we'll go to the park, and it bucketed down.
No, but remember, it was raining beforehand, like earlier in the day.
Mm.
And Sam, one of the blokes, called me, and I was like, he's going to cancel because of the rain. And then the skies opened up, and it was just perfect. Sunny, we're kicking the football, and then you could see some clouds rolling in. So you do what you naturally do, check BOM, the weather website. There wasn't too much there, but what was there seemed to just land directly on us.
Yeah, we got saturated.
It was horrible.
Because there's literally nowhere we could go.
I know.
We tried to like take shelter under a tree.
Get under nature's umbrella, but there was a few holes in that tree.
The kids, we put the kids in the holes.
Fuck, that was funny.
They were not happy.
Yeah, they didn't like the weather.
Screaming kids.
No, not at all. But, so I guess before we dive into this as well, we've decided to be more structured for two reasons. One, so you know there's segments, but two, for us, it's so much easier to prepare when there's segments, I feel. Do you feel?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, I actually used ChatGPT for this one. I just said, hey, these are our 3 segments. Do it for us. And, well, we've just covered...
Voice is really, really loud.
Is it? Sorry. What about now? Maybe your volume's just up.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're definitely up. Mine's down.
Okay. As long as you're not blowing people's eardrums out.
Sorry, guys. Anyway.
All right. You used
You
ChatGPT.
just interrupted me.
Sorry.
You're
It was just
butting
I couldn't
in all the
handle it any
time.
longer.
Okay. So, anyway, we've just done our welcome part. We've just welcomed you guys and give you a bit of a rundown.
So wait, ChatGPT made the schedule for us?
Well, I told it what our key points were. I just put it in a spreadsheet.
Okay, cool.
Which is sick because I could have done it myself.
Yeah,
but
but
why?
Who's got the time?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so we've done the welcome. Now we've done also the life recap. What's going on? So that's going to be a segment, obviously. Transition, which I'll have. Well, you'll probably hear it as it's going live because I'll edit it into the videos. But it's going to be a. Can you do the riff? Anyway, that's from Geronimo. But it's going to be a quick 3-second one of those. And then we're going to hit Amy's Reddit because everyone seems to love it. We put a poll out on Instagram the other day. What would you like, or what do you enjoy us talking about? What would you like to hear more of? And everyone just said they loved hearing. Actually, I think we did that in your Patreon. Everyone just loves hearing what's going on in Amy's life, not so much mine. And then more just real life stuff, what's going on in the world. And then the Reddits are always funny and the pet peeves. And people like the serious topics as well. So at the end of after Amy's Reddit, we'll then go into our pet peeves like we usually do, sorry. And then we're going to have a main topic. But how the main topic's going to work. For those of you who are playing along on Instagram, you got involved heavily this week. We had the, I won't get rid of your Reddit story, but I put up something about dating apps. Even though we spoke about that last week, it was awesome engagement. So we'll put up a couple of days before we're recording something to do with whatever the topic is. So we have your guys' opinions and thoughts. And then we'll sort of discuss that in the main topic idea, which is always going to be based around relationship stuff, from dating to building a life together to fucking pet peeves. What else? Whatever you think about in relationships, we're going there. We are going there.
All right.
Back me up.
Yes, we're going there. But
Get
now
into it. It's
time for my
Reddit.
Amy read on Reddit.
Boom.
Now this one gave me a good chuckle. All right. I'm just going to dive into it. No
Just
prefacing.
do it.
So it's the story's from a 24-year-old male, and the heading is "My family caught me being fucked by my boyfriend." Ooh.
I don't know why it's so funny, but it is so funny.
Well, I
isn't it?
have to go into the story because he's just like a funny storyteller. He goes, "Welp, all I can do right now is find the humour in this because it's a weird situation and not something you ever expect to happen to yourself. But I'm coming here to get some advice and ideas on how to mend the situation. Yesterday was my 24th birthday, and it's my first birthday out of home as I just got my own place last year. I decided I wanted to spend my birthday alone, aka without the family.
Yeah.
And I told them that we could go to dinner on the weekend. I wanted to spend my birthday with my boyfriend, just the two of us. It was a great day overall, and me and my boyfriend decided to wind it down. Sorry, I just clicked wrong. Wind down the night with some rough birthday sex.
As you do. Just wind it down with some
Birthday
rough.
sex.
But rough. I love how he said it, rough.
Whilst getting absolutely railed, my family walked into the house, seeing their firstborn son and big brother getting absolutely used and abused by a mountain of a man. Oh my God. They ran off as fast as they could. Birthday ruined, sex is ruined, family is traumatized, and worst of all, I didn't even get to eat the delicious cake that they bought. Oh, that's the worst part.
I wasn't even thinking he'd say eat the delicious cake. I thought something else he was going to eat.
I have texted and called my parents, but no reply. The only communication I have gotten is a few minutes after the incident, and it was a text from my mother just saying, sorry. Oh, I also have not come out to them, so I guess now they know. What would be the best way to handle this? I was thinking probably just give them a bit of space and wait for contact from them and go from there. Good idea or no?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is like the worst nightmare stuff.
So, one, you haven't come out as gay. Two, they walk in on you getting absolutely railed. Like, that's obviously not missionary.
What a shock that would be to walk in on.
What position do you reckon they were hitting?
Oh God!
If you were to define yourself as getting absolutely railed,
I don't know. God, I mean, they must have been like in the living room, right?
yeah. So like not even bedroom.
So maybe like over the couch or something. I don't know. But wait, who the hell walks into someone's house? Like, was the door not locked?
Yeah.
Surely they heard like some keys rattling, people trying to get in.
Well, apparently if it's rough and you're getting railed, you don't hear anything.
Oh my God.
Like,
also, family, don't budge in when you haven't been invited over. Like maybe drop a text or a call before barging in on someone's house.
Your house, you're getting railed.
Like I don't think he
want.
has anything to be ashamed of. I reckon he was doing.
Well, his parents are probably also just uncomfortable because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. So one, they feel probably that they should have knocked. Two, they're like, well, Dennis is gay or whatever his name was. There you go. And he had a man mountain on him too. There's three.
I would be giving him a high five. Like, happy birthday, bro.
That leads me to the question then. Have you been walked in on while having sex?
I'm not going to answer that question. Have you?
I don't actually think I have.
Lucky. That would just be pretty awful, wouldn't it?
It would be weird. Like I've come close to it, but it's I don't think I've ever walked in because you can hear footsteps and stuff. So you're like,
yeah.
So no, I don't think I have. But you didn't want to answer it. Why?
Because I have, but I don't want to share the story. I'm not sharing the story. It's personal. So
should we share it in the Patreon?
No, I'm not sharing it.
Okay.
There's some things that I don't want to share. Sorry. But obviously it wasn't with you, so joke's on you. Lucky.
I didn't think you had sex with anyone before me.
Anyway, it was a long time ago, so.
Wow. There you go. Amy's been walked in on. I haven't. So who's sneakier? I am. There you go.
It's a first for everything, Lucky, so. We're living at home at the moment. Anything could happen.
Please. That would be an awkward one.
But yeah, I would just... Well, his mum texted saying sorry, so I would just reply to that being like, how about you knock next time? Yes, I guess I'm coming out of the closet. I'm gay. Like, what do you...
Yeah, I don't know.
That sucks. I
it's like...
I feel like coming out would be,
hard.
you It's hard, but you want to have control of that, how you choose to come out.
Yeah. Well, was it his boyfriend or was it just a random?
No,
I thought he said it was
his
his boyfriend. Yeah, that's tough. Like,
and now he has to introduce a family to his boyfriend after that.
yeah, do you reckon they'll stay together or is it just going to be like, no, I can't meet your family?
I don't know.
Do you think though, like, I think surely you'll get to, like, time heals everything where you get to a point where you'll just be able to laugh about it.
Yeah, well, it seems like he's got good humour, so I'm hoping that his family also has good
His humour is, he's a brilliant writer. I hope he has, like, a Reddit channel.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where he gets his humour from and it's all okay. Imagine if they get married. That would be a great story for the wedding.
Yeah, imagine doing I'd be like, I want to take the best man speech here.
Oh, my God.
Please. Well, Dennis.
Oh, dear.
We met your now husband, Gregory, the man mountain, as you described him, when he was railing you.
Met his
fucking hell.
rear end before he met his face.
My goodness.
Oh, what a story.
What a Reddit.
Well,
so,
glad that's
the question's out
me.
to you. Have you been walked in on while having sex? I'll put a poll up on Instagram for those who are playing along on socials. Yes, that's funny. But one thing we've got to plug before we go into our pet peeves. What's happening on June 8th at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time?
Well, if you're in our Patreon page, well, my Patreon page, you would have seen that we are doing a live show.
It's called Love Unplugged. Once again, I had a bit of assistance from ChatGPT. I don't really like the name Love Unplugged, so if you've got something else for us, hit us with it. But we were thinking of like a live show name.
Well, basically, it's a podcast, but we're doing it live. We can answer all of your comments and interact with you as it goes. And is this a ticketed event? How can people...
Yeah, so that's a great question, one that I will make up the answer to right now. So how it's going to work is the link will be in the show notes as you're listening to this, or Amy's Patreon members have received the link already. All you need to do is register, just so we know who's coming on and how many people roughly, so we can sort of design a show that's interactive, because rather than how you're listening to it now, our intention is to get to hear more from you guys and get the community involved, because we think it's important, because I think the whole thing about relationships is we have no idea what we're talking about.
We're not relationship experts,
but I think it's fun to talk about. It is, because we have stories. I'm sure you all have stories as well. So when we have our segments, which you guys now know, the segments, we'll be able to sort of have the chat running, but also bring, one or two people at random up, and we'll just have a yarn with you around some funny stories. And
it's a free event.
Yeah, it's free. It is
Totally
free. So yeah, like I said, it's just to really start building that community and learn and have some laughs together. And eventually, it is online. So it is a live online event. But eventually, if it sort of takes off,
maybe we'll do a tour.
We'll do a tour. We'll be going live to like cafes or pubs probably, so people can have some rosé.
Oh, hell, let's go all the way to entertainment centres.
Imagine
stadiums. But we'll start with this very first event, which is an online.
But let's stop dreaming and let's just go back to where we are now. So we're going to do that. So that's on the June 8th, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. All you got to do is click the link in our show notes wherever you're listening to it. What would also be helpful while we're plugging shit is just leave a rating and review as well. That will be also greatly appreciated. But anyway, pet peeves.
My pet peeve is really simple. It drives me nuts when you call my name and then don't say anything afterwards.
Say my name.
Like, Amy. Yeah? Yeah? Like, how annoying is that? Which means I have to get up from what I'm doing and be like, what? And like, oh, no, don't worry. All sorted. That is the most annoying thing ever.
But do I do that regularly, or is that just like a recent?
No, it's just a general statement. That is just annoying. If you do that and you're listening, don't do it.
I think I spoke about this last week when I was sort of justifying why I jump in on conversation quickly. I get excited. I might be watching a video, or I might have an idea about our podcast, and I go, Amy! And then logic clicks in and goes, think about it a little bit more.
Yeah,
and so then I go
I'm like,
to think about it a bit more, and I'm like, whoops, I shouldn't have called her name. So,
Think before you speak.
Learning. I'm definitely learning. So my pet peeve, I don't really have a pet peeve this week. Thought I'd flip it on its head. I had like a pet please. Pet pleasure.
What?
Yeah, pet pleasure. I'm turning it on its head this week. We've been going to bed at like 7 p.m. the last 2-3 nights.
Not asleep by 7.
No, but like we're in bed. And I think what's fun about that is we're actually just winding down. So by the time it gets like 8:30, you're looking at me and you're like, because we're watching a film. And Amy's like, do you want to go to bed? I'm like, yep. And she goes to bed with me. She doesn't get back on her phone.
Yeah, so I've had that wind down time.
Yeah. So I've actually thoroughly enjoyed that. So rather than knocking you for being on your phone, I'm crediting you.
Oh, thank you.
For the wind down time. It's awesome. It's like a little bit of downtime.
Which is good. And I haven't missed it. I think it is. I just really need that wind down time before I go to sleep. I can't just get into bed and go to sleep.
Well, let's go to bed early. I'm all for it.
Well, most days that's fine. But sometimes that just won't work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, pet peeves and pet pleasures now. Oh, shit. We've got another segment. That's not another segment. But as we're, just giving you this whole new format, this now would be when we talk about our main topic, the one that we've put out on socials. And let's just read a few. This is obviously off the back of last week's. This will be different for next week, but we appreciate you guys and gals getting involved. So we're on the go to stories. My thoughts on dating apps was the thing. We've got heaps in here. Really good response. Seal. I'll just read a few. Run the other way and run fast. See, we could talk about that, but we're not because we did that last episode. I'm scared of them, to be honest. Total shit. Go for it. What have you got to lose? Used before but never got a relationship out of it. My man and me met naturally.
But then you hear on the other flip side of that where people also, like, lots of people meet on dating apps. And
yeah, well, there's plenty of good ones in here.
Yeah.
I was just reading the most recent ones.
50-50. I did find my man on there last minute. Whatever works for people.
I met my husband in one. There are good guys in there as well. So that's what we'll be doing, and we'll be diving in deep. So make sure if you see those question box pop up, get involved with them because the topics each week are going to be epic. Now, that is going to be enough from us. How long have we been talking for? 22. It's a short one this week. You'll be able to have finished this on your commute to work.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, what are we doing this week?
We're off to Perth on Friday. I've got a gig called The Muster in Perth, and we're also going to enjoy a little bit of time in Perth. Like, he's going to be meeting my other side of family.
My other husband.
Who all live in Perth. Bubba and that side of the family are all there, and my other nana. So, yeah, it should be a fun trip, and really looking forward to getting on stage with Lee Kernaghan as well. He's just called me up today and invited me on stage, so hopefully that all works out. And
Casey Barnes is playing.
Casey will be there. Casey Chambers.
I actually just had Casey Barnes on my podcast.
Yeah?
He's a ripper.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So we're going to get some other content for the podcast when we're there.
Oh, really? All right.
Cool. Anyway, that's enough from us. We will see you next week. Remember, follow along on Instagram. Leave those rating and reviews. And until then, thanks for playing along.
Hooroo.
Hooroo.